It hasn't been long since the Golden State Warriors suffered a crushing defeat against the Houston Rockets.
The Houston Rockets have punched their ticket to Las Vegas in the semifinal round.
The Rockets have secured their spot in Las Vegas for the semifinal round, but they might be bracing for an even bigger storm. In a jaw-dropping twist, the basketball world is in upheaval.
Steph Curry, the all-time three-point king in the NBA.
Steph Curry might be departing the Golden State Warriors? How accurate are these rumors? And if they hold true, what could be driving his exit? Join us as we delve into the details surrounding the potential departure of this basketball legend from his cherished team. Speculation about Steph Curry leaving the Warriors ignited after he appeared visibly emotional in his last post-game interview following the loss to the Rockets. Dressed in his trademark understated style, Curry sidestepped direct questions about his future, but his demeanor spoke volumes. His somber expression and prolonged pauses hinted at something significant.
For sure, it can help me, it can help us. What helps me helps us in the sense of
The two-time MVP expressed gratitude towards his teammates, coaches, and fans for their unwavering support. With his voice cracking, he mentioned that it's been a journey, and sometimes you need to take a step back to contemplate what's next. These few words quickly spread across social media, setting off a wildfire of theories. Fans are now debating whether Curry is hinting at retirement, a trade, or simply venting frustration after another disappointing season. Stay tuned as we bring you the latest on Steph Curry's potential departure from the Golden State Warriors. Adding fuel to the speculation, several close sources suggest that Curry might be contemplating a new chapter. Despite being the face of the Warriors for over a decade, the team's recent struggles could have taken their toll. Curry, no stranger to bearing the weight of a franchise, boasts 4 championships, 2 MVP titles, and countless broken records. Some believe he may be ready to seek new challenges or even retire from the game entirely. Let's explore the reasons why many think he might be preparing to leave the Warriors. While the NBA buzzes with rumors of Curry leaving the Warriors, the pressing question remains: why would Steph Curry leave the team that made him a global icon? Several factors are fueling this speculation. Steph Curry is renowned for being a family man. Whether it's heartwarming moments with his children, photos of his wife Aisha on Instagram, or public family outings, Curry consistently prioritizes his loved ones. At 36, with a decorated career behind him, he might want to slow down and spend more quality time with his family. His oldest daughter, Riley, is growing up quickly, and Curry has undoubtedly missed many milestones while traveling with the Warriors. Fans are beginning to wonder if he's ready to step back from the spotlight to focus on what truly matters. Aisha Curry has built a successful career of her own, from cookbooks and TV shows to expanding restaurant ventures. The family might be planning to focus on building their legacy off the court. A quieter life away from the grueling NBA schedule could be exactly what Steph needs. But is he planning to leave entirely, or is he seeking new opportunities elsewhere? Although Steph Curry remains a Warrior at heart, the Warriors he helped transform aren't the same powerhouse they once were. A few years ago, the Warriors were unstoppable, winning championships with ease. However, recent seasons have seen the team grapple with roster changes and inconsistent performances, losing key players like Kevin Durant in 2019 and dealing with Klay Thompson's injuries. While Curry continues to perform at an elite level, many believe he might be seeking a fresh challenge, possibly joining a team that's already a contender to chase another championship before retiring. Rumors have floated about Curry potentially teaming up with other superstars or even returning to the Charlotte Hornets, where his father Del Curry made his mark. Curry's competitive nature is legendary. Having reached the finals 6 times, winning is what drives him. If the Warriors' front office can't provide him with the necessary tools to succeed, it might push him to explore opportunities elsewhere. It wouldn't be the first time a franchise legend sought championships with a new team. At this stage in his career, Curry has nothing left to prove. With 4 NBA championships, 2 MVPs, and being arguably the greatest shooter in the game's history, he doesn't need to leave the Warriors to achieve more. Like other NBA veterans, he might be contemplating whether to keep playing at a high level, accept a reduced role, or start preparing for life after basketball. The physical demands of the game are undeniable, even for someone as resilient as Curry. He might also be considering transitioning into a mentorship role, helping younger players develop, or shifting his focus to his business ventures and philanthropic efforts. As rumors of Curry's departure spread, reactions from fans and the NBA community have been intense. Warriors fans, in particular, are grappling with the emotional weight of the speculation. Many expressed that they can't envision the Warriors without Curry, highlighting his role as the face of the team for over a decade. Longtime supporters have shared that Curry's presence inspired their love for basketball, viewing him not just as a player, but as an inspiration. Within the Warriors organization, teammates like Draymond Green and Klay Thompson have reportedly expressed deep admiration for Curry's leadership and character. Warriors head coach Steve Kerr has praised Curry's unparalleled impact on the team, emphasizing his incredible influence both on and off the court. The broader NBA community has also weighed in, with analysts and former players acknowledging Curry's transformative role in the league. Current NBA stars have expressed a mix of shock and respect, recognizing that if anyone has the right to make such a significant decision, it's Steph Curry. If Curry does decide to leave the Warriors, the team will face one of its biggest challenges in years. Curry is not just a scorer, he's the engine that drives the team's offense. His ability to stretch the floor with deep three-pointers forces defenses to focus on him, creating opportunities for other players. Without him, Golden State's signature fast-paced ball movement and spacing would be much harder to execute. Additionally, losing a leader like Curry, whose calm presence and relentless work ethic set the tone for the team, could leave the Warriors searching for a central figure to hold the team together. With Curry gone, the Warriors might need to rebuild, focusing on developing young talents like Jonathan Kuminga and Moses Moody. These players have shown potential, but will require significant coaching and time to become stars. Alternatively, the Warriors could use their draft picks to find new talent, though replacing Curry's unique skills would be nearly impossible. They might also consider trading for another superstar, but finding someone of Curry's caliber is unlikely. Instead, the team might focus on building a deep, balanced roster with several strong contributors rather than relying on a single superstar. Curry's departure would fundamentally alter the Warriors' identity. Known as Steph Curry's team, the Warriors have become a global brand, with Curry's jersey flying off the shelves year after year and fans traveling worldwide to see him play. Losing him risks diluting the magic that made the team special. The Warriors would need to find ways to keep fans engaged, especially if the team struggles to maintain its championship-level performance. The journey to find their next superstar could take years, but the legacy Curry leaves behind will always be a cornerstone of the franchise. If Curry does leave the Warriors, what's next for him? This is the million-dollar question on everyone's mind. At this stage of his life and career, Curry has numerous intriguing options. Imagine Steph Curry joining a championship-ready squad to chase one last ring. Teams like the Miami Heat, Denver Nuggets, or Milwaukee Bucks could greatly benefit from his presence. Alternatively, he might consider a sentimental return to the Charlotte Hornets, his father Del Curry's former team, creating a storybook ending to his legendary career. Curry has the basketball IQ to move into coaching or management. Picture him on the sidelines, teaching young players how to master those deep threes, or transitioning into broadcasting like Shaq and Charles Barkley. With his charm and charisma, Curry would undoubtedly be a fan favorite on any sports show. Basketball isn't Curry's only passion. He's already made a name for himself in the business world with his production company, Unanimous Media, which is thriving with movies, TV projects, and partnerships. Additionally, his smart investments could lead him to expand his business empire even further. Curry and his wife Aisha are deeply committed to their Eat, Learn, Play foundation, which supports children through education, nutrition, and active lifestyles. Stepping away from the NBA could allow Curry to focus more on growing his foundation and making a bigger impact in communities nationwide. Leaving the Warriors wouldn't erase everything Curry has accomplished. He'll always be remembered as the player who built the Warriors' empire one three-pointer at a time. Regardless of his next move, Curry's legacy is already cemented as one of the greatest players in NBA history, not only for his championships and MVPs, but also for how he revolutionized the game itself. He made three-point shoot in the heart of modern basketball, inspiring an entire generation of young players to shoot from anywhere and believe in their potential, no matter their size. Whether Curry stays in the game or moves on to something new, his name will forever be synonymous with greatness. From his deep threes to his unparalleled leadership, Curry has given fans countless unforgettable moments. As one chapter closes, another begins. The big question now is, what will Steph Curry do next? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates, and click on the next video appearing on your screen. You won't want to miss it.
You think he can be as good as Steph Curry in the NBA?
Heck no! He's gonna be better than Steph Curry in the NBA.
LaMelo Ball has rapidly ascended to become one of the NBA's most electrifying young stars. This season alone, he's averaging an impressive 31 points, 7 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. Since joining the Charlotte Hornets, LaMelo has transformed the franchise from a mid-market, underwhelming team into one of the league's most entertaining squads. LaMelo and his enthusiastic fans are embracing the idea that he has now surpassed Steph Curry and other NBA superstars. But is this claim really true? While some agree, let's dive into the facts and analyze the evidence to uncover the truth behind this bold narrative. Born in 2001 to LeVar and Tina Ball, LaMelo was destined for basketball greatness. LeVar Ball, known for his larger-than-life personality and bold claims about his own athletic prowess, played basketball for a year at Washington State University, averaging just 2 points per game. After his brief stint in college basketball, LeVar pivoted to football, playing for minor pro teams and spending time on NFL practice squads. Despite his efforts, he never made it to the big leagues. Determined to have 3 sons all reach the NBA, LeVar sought a partner who met his athletic and genetic standards, leading him to Tina Ball. Standing at just over 6 feet and a former college basketball player herself, Tina was the perfect match. Together, LeVar and Tina began training their 3 sons, Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo, in basketball from the moment they could walk. This intense early training laid the foundation for what would become a basketball dynasty. Typically, in families with multiple children playing the same sport, the eldest often shines the brightest, with younger siblings striving to keep up. For LaMelo, the youngest Ball brother, this dynamic pushed him to excel beyond his years. To compete with his older brothers, LaMelo played up a grade level, fostering adaptability and resilience against tougher competition. This early exposure to higher levels of play was crucial in shaping his competitive spirit and versatile skill set. By high school, the Ball family had become renowned in the basketball community. The 2016 Chino Hills basketball team, featuring Lonzo, LiAngelo, LaMelo, and future Hawks forward Onyeka Okongwu, is often hailed as one of the greatest high school teams ever. They finished the season undefeated at 35-0, defeating numerous top-tier private schools and showcasing a blend of talent, teamwork, and unorthodox playing styles. As a freshman, LaMelo contributed as a spot-up shooter, demonstrating impressive range and fearless confidence. While his passing was secondary to Lonzo's primary ball-handling role, LaMelo showcased quick outlet passes in transition. Defensively, his slight frame and occasional lack of focus were evident weaknesses, but these years were crucial in building his fearless approach to the game. The following season, with Lonzo departing for college basketball, LaMelo stepped into a more prominent role. Although Chino Hills didn't maintain an undefeated record, their dominance was clear, often playing with a sense of ease and confidence that belied their competition. LaMelo delivered memorable performances that captivated audiences and scouts alike. In one game, he scored an astonishing 92 points by cherry-picking, dominating the scoreboard with a blend of creativity and sheer determination. Another standout moment came when he drained a half-court shot just 5 seconds into a game, setting the tone with an audacious display of skill. Despite the playful trolling from opponents and spectators, it was evident that LaMelo possessed enormous potential. As Chino Hills' primary scorer and playmaker during his sophomore year, LaMelo led the offense with highlight-worthy moments that kept fans on the edge of their seats. His willingness to drive to the basket increased, though his shot selection leaned heavily on deep three-pointers. His passing evolved into a flashy, yet sometimes inefficient mix of high-risk, high-reward decisions. Defensively, his minimal effort and lack of discipline remained areas for growth, but his offensive prowess continued to shine. LeVar Ball became increasingly vocal online, leveraging his son's growing popularity and Lonzo's success in college. He famously claimed that Lonzo was better than Steph Curry during Lonzo's college days, and went as far as stating that LaMelo would surpass Curry in the NBA. LeVar's bold statements often sparked debates and controversies, keeping the Ball family in the media spotlight. To capitalize on his son's talent, LeVar launched the Big Baller brand, creating signature shoes for Lonzo, LiAngelo, and LaMelo. This move, however, violated NCAA rules regarding amateur status, causing LaMelo to lose his college eligibility. Dissatisfied with changes in Chino Hills' coaching and administration, LeVar decided to pull LaMelo out of high school before his junior year, seeking alternative paths to professional basketball. LeVar then took LaMelo and LiAngelo to Lithuania to play professionally for the Prienai basketball club. This move came after LiAngelo faced an indefinite suspension from the UCLA basketball team due to a theft incident in China. In Lithuania, LaMelo struggled to adapt to the structured professional system, primarily serving as a bench player. Scoring consistently against older, stronger competition was challenging, and he was often limited to spot-up shooting. While his playmaking ability showed glimpses, his immature decision-making and defensive lapses were exposed by disciplined European players. Despite these challenges, the experience was invaluable, teaching him the importance of structured and disciplined play. After averaging 6.5 points per game in 12 minutes for Prienai, LeVar pulled LaMelo from the team, believing the coach wasn't providing enough playing time. This stint effectively ended any hopes of LaMelo playing college basketball, forcing him to seek alternative paths to continue his basketball career. Undeterred by his experiences in Lithuania, LeVar Ball launched the Junior Basketball Association as an alternative to college basketball. The JBA was designed to allow players to turn professional and earn money before entering the NBA. LaMelo was the star of the Los Angeles team, where he averaged nearly 40 points, 15 rebounds, and 12 assists, leading his team to the championship. However, the JBA faced criticism for its low competition level and lack of subsequent seasons, with many players claiming they were never paid, thereby wasting their chances to play college basketball. In the JBA, LaMelo thrived as the league's marquee player, dominating offensively and showcasing his creativity in playmaking. His defensive effort remained minimal, but the experience helped him regain confidence and momentum after his struggles in Lithuania. The JBA served as a platform for LaMelo to refine his skills and maintain his visibility in the basketball world, setting the stage for his next move. Following the JBA, LaMelo returned to high school for his senior year at Spire. Here, he presented a more mature and polished game, emerging as a true team leader. Offensively, he balanced his ability to hit deep three-pointers with an increased willingness to drive to the rim. Improved body control and creativity around the basket made him a more versatile scorer. As a playmaker, his court vision and basketball IQ shone, orchestrating Spire's offense with both flashy and smart, efficient decisions. Defensively, LaMelo began to make strides, utilizing his 6'7" frame and long wingspan to disrupt passing lanes and contest shots. While not yet a lockdown defender, his improved presence hinted at his potential on the defensive end. His leadership and maturity set him apart, blending individual brilliance with team success and silencing critics who questioned his commitment and maturity. After graduating high school, LaMelo signed with the Illawarra Hawks in Australia's National Basketball League, marking a transformative chapter in his career. In the NBL, he thrived in a structured yet fast-paced environment, displaying significant growth in decision-making and adaptability. Offensively, LaMelo showcased his versatility, scoring from all three levels and improving his ability to attack the rim with size, agility, and creativity. His elite playmaking stood out, with advanced court vision and the ability to elevate his teammates through pinpoint passes and orchestrated offensive plays. Defensively, LaMelo made noticeable improvements, using his physical attributes to disrupt opponents. His time in the NBL prepared him for the NBA's physicality, refining his body and mindset for the next level. By season's end, he was awarded the NBL Rookie of the Year, solidifying his status as a top NBA prospect despite missing games due to injury. Entering the 2020 NBA Draft, many expected LaMelo to be the first overall pick. However, he fell to the Charlotte Hornets, who selected him as their new hope. This unexpected turn became a defining moment for both LaMelo and the Hornets. In his rookie season, LaMelo made an immediate impact, becoming one of the most exciting young players in the league. His dazzling passes, fearless drives to the rim, and ability to orchestrate the Hornets' offense made him an instant fan favorite. LaMelo was named NBA Rookie of the Year, averaging 16 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, firmly establishing himself as a promising young star. In his second season, LaMelo increased his averages to 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 8 assists, earning an all-star appearance as an injury replacement for Kevin Durant. Despite his individual improvement, the Hornets struggled, making the play-in tournament but being eliminated in the first game each of his first 2 seasons. The following seasons were marred by injuries. LaMelo broke his ankle in the 2022-23 season and faced another injury in 2023-24, limiting him to 58 games across those 2 years. Nonetheless, his stats continued to rise steadily, showcasing his resilience and dedication to improving his game despite setbacks. Entering the current season, LaMelo has proven all doubters wrong, playing like one of the league's best guards, averaging 31 points, 5 rebounds, and 7 assists, he ranks second in the NBA in scoring. LaMelo's scoring is anything but traditional. He's hitting step-back and fadeaway threes, finishing layups at the rim, and toying with defenders just as he did at Chino Hills. His seemingly nonchalant attitude on the court adds to his effectiveness, making him unstoppable. LaMelo's ability to create his own shot while simultaneously setting up his teammates makes him a dual threat that defenses struggle to contain. His ball handling skills allow him to navigate through tight defenses, while his vision enables him to find open teammates in motion. This season, his confidence has soared, and his playmaking has reached new heights, further establishing him as a cornerstone for the Hornets' future. With his electrifying play and larger-than-life personality, LaMelo is not just chasing greatness, he's redefining what it means to be an NBA All-Star. While his individual performances aren't yet translating to team wins, the Hornets are in a rebuilding phase. If Charlotte can surround LaMelo with the right pieces, they could become a legendary team akin to the 2016 Chino Hills squad. The synergy between LaMelo and potential future acquisitions could lead to a renaissance for the Hornets, transforming them into perennial playoff contenders. Looking ahead, LaMelo Ball is poised to continue evolving into one of the NBA's biggest stars, inspiring the next generation of players and creating new opportunities both on and off the court. Whether leading the Hornets to the playoffs or making viral highlight reels, LaMelo Ball is a name destined to be remembered in basketball history. From the most infamous high school sensation of the social media era to a bona fide NBA star, LaMelo's story is one of the most compelling ever written, with many more chapters yet to be added before he eventually hangs up his jersey for good. Beyond his on-court prowess, LaMelo Ball has made significant strides off the court. His charismatic personality and active presence on social media have made him a relatable and influential figure among fans, especially the younger generation. LaMelo's involvement in various endorsements, partnerships, and his continued collaboration with the Big Baller brand highlight his entrepreneurial spirit and business acumen. Moreover, LaMelo's journey from high school phenom to international player and finally to NBA star serves as an inspiring tale for aspiring basketball players worldwide. His resilience in the face of setbacks, such as injuries and the challenges of adapting to professional play, underscores the importance of perseverance and adaptability in achieving one's goals.
First person I can honestly say that looks like Steph Curry. Like, she's not guardable right now, and she can hit almost any shot from the outside.
Almost any.
How much of a power she is out there on the court. The cool part is the way that she plays and her range and the level of difficulty on her shots is obviously a very close comparison.
From long-range shots to lasting influence, Caitlin Clark isn't just setting records, she's shattering them. Surpassing even Steph Curry's iconic three-point average, she's reshaping the future of basketball. But what happens when Caitlin Clark crosses paths with Steph Curry's legacy?
Do you think Caitlin Clark could beat Steph Curry in a three-point contest?
That's tough. Shooters can have an off night. You just never know. Caitlin has no conscience where she pulls from.
Steph has no conscience where he pulls from.
Been doing it for a long time, so can never go against Steph. Steph has been doing it for a long time.
Recently, Caitlin Clark has solidified her place in basketball history, and it's not just because of her scoring ability, it's where she scores from. New stats show that Caitlin Clark now holds the record for the longest average three-point range, an incredible 28 feet.
I think the WNBA narrative right now is Caitlin Clark, and I think that's a good narrative, but it's also not the only narrative. Caitlin is an amazing generational talent, and she's going to do amazing things. You're the #1 pick. People are going to go after.
This remarkable accomplishment not only surpasses the previous record held by NBA legend Steph Curry, but it also sets a new, higher standard for shooting excellence in basketball. By pushing the boundaries of what was once thought possible, Caitlin Clark has redefined the range at which players can score, inspiring future generations to aim even further.
Do I need to call you the female version of Steph Curry, or do I need to call Steph Curry the male version of Caitlin Clark?
I think I'll just be the female version of Steph.
At just 22 years old, Clark's achievement is far more than a statistical outlier. It's a reflection of her unmatched skill, court awareness, and unshakable confidence. As the all-time leading scorer in college basketball, regardless of gender, she has already left an indelible mark on the game. With her new record-breaking 28-foot average, Caitlin Clark has not just added a new statistic to her resume, she's fundamentally redefined what it means to be a sharpshooter in the modern era. To put her accomplishment into perspective, Steph Curry, widely considered the greatest shooter in basketball history, boasts a three-point range averaging around 27 feet. At the time, that seemed untouchable. Curry's range revolutionized the game, sparking an era of deep shooting and permanently changing the way basketball is played. But now, Caitlin Clark has pushed that boundary even further, raising the bar to new heights.
I love me some Steph Curry. Steph Curry is the greatest shooter in the history of basketball.
However, Clark has taken that revolution even further, stretching the boundaries of possibility with an additional foot of range that makes her a constant threat the moment she crosses half court. This is no accident. Clark's shooting range is the result of years of dedicated training, an innate basketball IQ, and an unwavering competitive spirit. Her shooting form is a perfect balance of precision and power, enabling her to effortlessly launch shots from well beyond the arc. But what truly sets her apart is her fearlessness. Clark isn't afraid to take shots from distances most players wouldn't even think about. Whether it's a contested three in the final seconds of a game or a casual pull-up from 30 feet on the fast break, she makes what seems impossible look completely effortless.
Shout out to Caitlin Clark. She's a certified bucket. To quote Shaq, I was not familiar with her game. I respect her game. She's a fucking baller. She was pulling up like Steph Curry from deep. But I just got one question. Matt, do you think you can beat Caitlin Clark in one-on-one?
Absolutely not. Nobody here can.
I'm busting her ass. You wild. Shit. You wild, bro.
This record also speaks volumes about the evolution of women's basketball. Clark's success stands as a powerful testament to how the game has progressed, with athletes consistently pushing the limits of what's possible on the court. Her remarkable shooting range has drawn comparisons to Curry, but it has also established her as a trailblazer in her own right, showing that women's basketball is just as dynamic, innovative, and game-changing as the men's game.
I think Steph Curry made the WNBA watchable.
Caitlin Clark, baby.
The way that Caitlin Clark was playing was a very digestible form of basketball. But now this girl out of nowhere is playing like Steph, and it was still digestible.
Meanwhile, Clark has reached this milestone in an era where defenders are more focused than ever on limiting long-range threats. Opponents specifically game plan to neutralize her, yet she continues to excel, constantly finding ways to create space and sink one clutch shot after another from deep. Her 28-foot average isn't just a number, it's a declaration of dominance. As Caitlin Clark keeps breaking records and exceeding expectations, the basketball world is left to wonder just how much further she can push the boundaries of shooting.
Is there anybody in the NBA under the age of 30 that's a bigger name, bigger jaw, bigger star than Caitlin Clark?
For now, one thing is clear. Clark has not only surpassed Steph Curry's legendary mark, but has firmly established herself as one of the most transformative figures in basketball. Her 28-foot average three-point range is more than just a record, it's the foundation of a legacy in the making. Caitlin Clark isn't just redefining the game of basketball, she's reshaping its entire business model. The sharpshooting sensation, already celebrated for her historic three-point average that outpaces even Curry, is demonstrating that her influence extends far beyond the court.
I mean, honestly, $1,000 for a family of four to go to a WNBA game.
That seems wild. It really does. The Clark effect.
Clark now represents an incredible 1/4 of all WNBA merchandise and ticket sales. This remarkable achievement highlights her power to attract fans, drive revenue, and become a true game changer for women's sports. Moreover, in a league that has long battled for visibility and equality, Clark has sparked an unprecedented wave of fan engagement. From jerseys bearing her name to arenas packed with fans chanting in her honor, Clark is more than just a player. She's become a movement.
Caitlin Clark, her style of play it's not just her individually as a person or what skin color she is. I think it's, more so about her style of play, her playing.
According to reports, her merchandise sales alone make up nearly 25% of the WNBA's total revenue in this category, an extraordinary figure that speaks to her unmatched popularity. Whether it's fans buying her iconic number 22 jersey or scooping up exclusive Caitlin Clark-themed collectibles, her appeal is undeniable. The same goes for ticket sales. Clark's games are an event, consistently attracting record-breaking crowds. After nearly 10 years of being mocked and turned into an internet punchline, Julian Newman is finally playing college basketball. Well, sort of. After years of claiming he was a Division I caliber player who would eventually reach the NBA, his path took a sharp detour, and he basically vanished from the public eye after 2020. But now, at long last, we're witnessing a Julian Newman comeback. At 23 years old, Julian Newman has officially taken the court at the collegiate level. This latest milestone has prompted him to take shots at established NBA stars like Steph Curry and LaMelo Ball. But does he really have any right to do so? Let's break down some key details of his performance so you can judge for yourself. He's listed as a freshman at Bethesda University in California, which competes under the NCCAA, the National Christian College Athletic Association. They aren't even part of the NCAA. So yes, Julian Newman did technically prove everyone wrong. He is playing college basketball. But his start hasn't exactly been what he might have dreamed of. Let's break it down. As mentioned, Bethesda is not affiliated with the NCAA. Still, he is playing college ball, right? He is getting some time on the floor. Well, it may not be what you imagined. Instead of lighting up the scoreboard, Newman has been assembling a pretty dismal highlight reel. In his debut game, Bethesda squared off against Cal State Bakersfield. Julian logged 15 minutes, but shot 0 for 3 overall and 0 for 3 from beyond the arc. He scored 3 points, all from free throws, had 1 assist, no rebounds, no steals, no blocks, and 2 turnovers. Oh, and his team lost by 69 points, falling 122-53. Definitely not the kind of start Julian envisioned. In the second game, Bethesda faced Southern Utah. Julian attempted to get more involved, taking more shots, but he somehow managed another rough outing. He played 15 minutes again and decided not to share the ball much. He scored 6 points, shot 3 for 12 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3, and missed all 3 of his free throws. He did grab 4 rebounds and added 1 assist this time, but he put up 18 attempts in just 15 minutes. And did Bethesda improve after the 69-point blowout? Slightly, they lost by 53 this time. An absolutely brutal start to the season for the Bethesda Flames. Now on to Game 3. Bethesda came off losses of 69 and 53 points. They had to do better against Utah Tech, right? Technically, yes. They only lost by 31 points this time, 90-59. Maybe Julian stepped it up in this lopsided defeat? He only played 6 minutes, missed all 3 of his field goals, and all 3 of his three-point attempts, plus both of his free throws. He finished with 0 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. His 4th game was against an institution named the Masters. Julian got just 4 minutes, but managed to fire up 7 shots, missing them all, including going 0 for 5 from deep. Bethesda lost 117-57, a 60-point defeat. Is he just coming in and launching bricks once the team is already getting crushed? Let's recap. In the 4 games Julian played, Bethesda lost by an average of 53 points. That might be the most insane statistic here. Over those 4 games, Julian went 3 for 25 from the field, 0 for 17 from 3, and 3 for 9 from the line. That's 12% from the field, 0% from beyond the arc, and 33% from the stripe. He averaged just 3 points per game, 2 rebounds, and under 1 assist while playing about 10 minutes per contest. So, yeah, his team is awful, and he's playing terribly. He's arguably one of the weakest players on one of the weakest squads in the entire country. If you can find a college team that got blown out by an average of more than 53 points over their first 4 games, let us know. People have wondered what Julian had been working toward all these years, and after witnessing his current performances at Bethesda, the questions have their answer. This was his last shot at proving he could still compete, at not being left behind by the basketball world. But once he hit the floor, it just didn't look promising. If there are any bright spots in his performances so far, they're almost impossible to see. He's been absolutely atrocious during his short stint with the team. Whether it's insufficient training, poor coaching, lack of talent, or some combination of all 3, it's hard to pinpoint, but it's clearly not working for him, in case that wasn't already obvious. This is a problem, and not just for Bethesda's basketball program, but for others as well. Bethesda University isn't known for basketball. In fact, most people probably never even heard of it before Julian Newman showed up. But they do have a collegiate team, and many high school players dream of playing at this level without ever getting the chance. The truth is, Newman was granted this spot largely due to his notoriety. When you think about mixtapes, his name usually pops up, because seeing someone so small and so young putting on a show is rare. Julian Newman is a unique case in the modern basketball landscape. His entire career thus far has been fueled by online hype, with some basketball sprinkled in. It's a case study in how social media can propel someone forward if they become popular enough. But even this scenario is an extreme outlier. In a strange way, it fits perfectly. Julian Newman isn't good enough, but neither is Bethesda, and whether or not he's on the team doesn't really change that fact. There are always going to be guys who just aren't equipped for the next level everywhere you look. That might be an NBA bench, warmer, not suited to be a star, or a kid who barely got playing time on their middle school team. Still, these players bring something intangible. For Bethesda, Julian Newman is that guy. He may not produce on the floor, but he brings the Newman brand. He brings the hype generated from years of social media coverage, mixtapes, and all the drama that came with it. This situation also sheds light on what college basketball often is today. You have those who grind tirelessly behind the scenes, yearning for that one opportunity to shine, refining their craft year after year. And then you have the Julian Newmans of the world, players who rely heavily, almost exclusively on the hype surrounding their name. That hype might make them attractive to certain teams willing to trade away talent for the spectacle. It begs the question, how much does hype offset a lack of talent? How do you strike a balance? Without a marketable figure, it's tough to attract fans, especially casual ones. People are drawn to big names, even if they don't perform well. It's a tricky situation, and players like Newman capitalize on it. We've seen similar narratives, such as the ongoing Bronny James debates. Is he NBA ready or not? Some fans demand proof. Others embrace him wholeheartedly. On the other hand, look at players who combined hype with actual results, like the Ball brothers. They also grew up under the spotlight. capturing headlines at Chino Hills and starring in their own reality show. But unlike Newman, their endgame was vastly different. Lonzo made it to the NBA, paving the way for LaMelo, who's thriving with the Charlotte Hornets, and even LiAngelo has found spots in the G League and Summer League. That's what happens when publicity and talent align. In many cases, like Newman's, that balance just isn't there. Julian Newman's presence today in college ball is a testament to how big the game's hype machine has become, especially for players not at the highest skill level. He will be remembered as that guy who never truly made it big. He'll be known for playing at Bethesda, of all places, and forever as a symbol of the intertwining of hype and hoops in modern basketball culture. But what do you think about Julian Newman's situation? Will he ever manage to produce at a high level with his new college team?